always fresh, every day. You're watching Fastlane Daily.
Bentley says it's got an answer to one of environmentalists' most pressing issues. That is, how can we get a 5,300-pound car from 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds and not turn the polar ice caps into a giant chai latte? We're going to have more. Also, there's a new flagship tanning sled from Aston, a retired world rally champ, returns, and you'll never guess who's named as a buyer for Chrysler's Jeep brand. What's up, everybody? I'm Derek D. You're watching Fastlane Daily, coming to you from the floor of Next New Networks. I've been doing it a lot lately, but call me a shovel, because I dig it.
Fastlane Daily with Derek D. Always fresh every day.
They say it's the most extreme Bentley ever built, and also the greenest. It's the Bentley Continental Supersports. That's the new version of Bentley's two-door with more power, better handling, and an emissions-busting secret. Power comes from a version of the typical Bentley V12 fed by biofuel. The company says that power plant produces 621 horsepower and is enough to get the hefty Continental Supersports from 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds. Bentley says running on ethanol gives the Supersports a side benefit of a higher compression ratio and a reduction in combustion chamber temperature, all of which unlocks higher power outputs than could be achieved with straight petrol. The Supersports also get a new quick shift transmission that cuts shift times in half. It also cuts a bunch of sport accoutrements, including a sharper steering setup, carbon ceramic brakes, and a sport-tuned suspension using lighter weight components. Bentley says the Continental Supersports will be available in late 2009 at a price that is currently undisclosed. And word of a new swank convertible landed on the Interline late yesterday. It's the Aston Martin DBS Volante. That's the SPF Zero version of the Aston flagship, known for doing barrel rolls in Bond movies. The DBS Volante comes with a fabric roof that takes just 14 seconds to lift or lower while the car's moving at speeds of up to 30 miles per hour. Power comes from the same 6-liter V12 found in the hardtop DBS. That's the one producing 510 horsepower and 420 pounds-feet of torque. That's connected to either a 6-speed manual or Aston's Touchtronic sequential gearbox. 0 to 60 occurs in just over 4, with VMAX reaching 191 miles per hour. Aston says performance gets a boost by a weight-saving program that keeps the DBS Volante to just under 4,000 pounds by way of a carbon fiber hood, trunk lid, and front splitter. Price is in the if you have to ask, you can't afford it territory, but you can ask at the Geneva Auto Show next month, and maybe they can tell you there. And if you've ever wanted a car that gets great fuel economy around town, but can leave this guy at the stoplight whenever you want, check out the latest from Swiss tuning shop Rinspeed. It's the E2. Rinspeed says the modded Fiat 500 can switch from 60 horsepower to 160 horsepower at the touch of a button. The E2 is based on the higher performance version of the Fiat 500, boosted by the Italian automaker's in-house tuner Abarth. Rinspeed says its 60 horsepower city mode, the E2, can achieve nearly 59 miles per gallon. Switching to 160 horsepower highway mode drops fuel efficiency to a respectable 33.6 miles per gallon. Rinspeed says cars that adapt to their usage is the next wave of technology, as showcased in the company's iChange concept car. Both the iChange and the E2 will debut at the Geneva Auto Show next month. And apparently retirement isn't sitting too well with two-time World Rally Championship winner Marcus Gronh. It's kind of hard to play golf in Finland during the winter. The UK's Autocar reports Gronh is set to make a comeback, but not being behind the wheel of his previous Ford Focus RS or even his old Peugeot. The UK's Autocar reports Gronh will compete in the upcoming Rally Portugal this April in a Subaru Impreza WRC 2008. The car is field issue for ProDrive, the UK-based part owner of Aston Martin and team that ran factory Subaru race cars until the automaker withdrew from WRC at the end of 2008. WRC fans say Gronh is the only driver who will be able to challenge 5-time champion Sebastian Loeb. But there won't be any points involved. Gronh says he is just doing the race for fun. You can find out more on those and other stories at the FLD newsfeed. That's FastlaneDaily.com/feed. Next up, a buyer for Jeep and an even faster Bugatti Veyron. That's in the internet rumor mill. It's all coming up right after this. Right, Linz?
Right.
FastlaneDaily.com, you can be the editor-in-chief. You just go to FastlaneDaily.com/feed, submit your stories. Also run Tumblr around. You know that? You know that, Linz?
What's Tumblr?
Tumblr.FastlaneDaily.com. Go there and you can catch up on the production. Also for you Twittering folk, Twitter.com/FastlaneDaily. Go there and we keep you up to date, like up to the minute stuff of what we're doing. So go check that out. Right? The latest rumor from the tumultuous plight of Detroit automakers could mean a return of off-roaders wearing this badge. JP Magazine says Truck Builder International will take the Jeep brand off Chrysler's hands for an undisclosed sum. There's no word from Chrysler officials on the deal, which JP says also means an end to the Patriot, Commander, and Compass models for the 2010 model year. Fans of classic off-roaders know International as the builder of prototype SUVs like the Scout and Travelall of the 1960s and 70s. JP says the deal hinges on International renegotiating a deal to buy 3-liter diesel engines sourced from Mercedes. And if you thought the Bugatti Veyron was too much car at 1,000 horsepower, hold on a second. Oh, it's your mother calling. She says you're a wuss. New word is the VW, bye mom. New word is the VW-owned Bugatti is planning a new Veyron with close to 1,350 horsepower and a top speed that could best the current car's 253 miles per hour. Insiders say the Bugatti Veyron Centenaire edition will debut at next month's Geneva Motor Show. The company isn't talking, but word of a Supersport Veyron celebrating the brand's 100th anniversary has been circulating for quite a while. We'll see when the Swiss show opens in early March. Well, that about does it for Fastlane Daily today, coming to you from the floor of Next New Networks. This means floor of Next New Networks. I'm Derek D. You have a lovely Wednesday. It's a hump day. Just gotta get over it. We're on our way. Bye, everybody.
So we're going ice racing in Lake George with an Audi R8. I heard it was going to be like 10 below up there, so I had to get an appropriate ice racing outfit. It's got pockets for all my necessary tools. Up here, my keys and my knife, and then of course my gun and my extra magazines. You know, so I'm fully prepared out on the ice in our R8. Check out ice racing on Garage 419. I love it.